peculiar to Laos. This idea of national protected area is rather an inclusive idea. So they say, okay, local people could also live inside those places. Also, I guess, because the state itself isn't wealthy enough to really provide alternatives to that. So they have to keep some of those local people there because there's no other place for them to go. But resettlement, yes, as well as with like the dam and other like plantation projects, people are being resettled like all the time, like being shifted around the resources they are not allowed to use anymore because it's going to be turned into capital.
Now, actually, like many years later, is that especially the Quechua communities of the Sierra, you know, we're talking about very high lands. I don't know how many feet, but a lot of meters above the sea, right? In these communities, the organization, the forms of traditional organization and the autonomy of the communities are stronger than in the coast, for example, right? So having that in mind, we can see in these communities a shift actually in the role of the women. You know, the more isolated the community, strangely, right? The more isolated the community in the heights. The role of the women is more important, right? In the especially taking decisions in the community. So we are seeing now that kind of change, but before the colonization, right? We have also information that was the situation as well, right? It's only after the colonization that the domestication and this very strange term raised by Marianne's housewifeization, right? It's very productive, but it's hard to manage, hard to live with the term. It's after the colonization that we see these.
So it's a new order that.
Yeah, definitely it's a new order after the intervention of foreign capital in the hacienda. So the hacienda the hacienda system was a very established and slow system of production that lasted, almost 2 centuries until the intervention of foreign capital, which was supported by the state, right? In a moment in which the countryside wasn't productive enough, right, for the development of the country. And the problem is that many of these projects of extraction and industrialization of especially in the Sierra, right, in the mountains,
she a Maya speaker?
So she wrote that she did not learn Spanish until she was in Mexico.
Yeah, because it was repressed almost universally. The
Yeah.
church was big in that.
Yeah.
But since '82, we've had a great resurgence, not only in being able to read the Maya glyphs, but a great pride and resurgence all across the old Maya territories. Do you think that's going to influence what these voices? I'm most interested in what she was trying to say, and less interested in what the target audience has perceived by the editor. And
Yeah.
Guatemala is such a hotbed.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see more Maya testimonials?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to, I mean, there's a lot of enthusiasm, but I don't know where it'll go.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also a question of where is the we and where does the we have access to that?
I mean, if you know Maya, they don't do anything alone. If you want to see an unhappy Maya worker separated from his fellow workers, he just slows down and starts to bump into the walls. Put him in a group of 8 people, he'll appoint a cook, somebody to take care of anybody who gets hurt. You know, they're just very cooperative people.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't
I don't know.
know.
One for the future.
We have to wait and see.
Maybe at the next event.
Last questions.
Sebastián, I mean, this competition between the hacienda and industrialization, I mean, this is at the core of all of Latin America, all of New Spain. Right?
And I think the system is still reigning in many other places, despite for example, in Chile, my home country, you know, this is a very different process because the system was obviously foreign capital, you know, foreign investment, and the developmental project of the mid-century tried to diminish the hacienda system. They couldn't, right? They couldn't.
The old families held on.
Yeah, and with neoliberalism, the weird thing that happens is that there is a new a new boom of exportation from these very haciendas that were so old-fashioned, you know, years ago. Now they are updated with new system of production, exportation, and with new products. Yeah, it's not anymore just the traditional product, right? Such as corn, potato, right?
Chile now all of a
But
sudden
it's fruit.
is making wine.
Yeah, fruit and salmon in the south. So there is a new wave of exportation based on the hacienda system, but within the neoliberal reforms. So neoliberalism could be very traditional too.
Would you say that it was a quality of life that made the old hacienda system hold on for the
Yeah,
campesinos? I mean, they don't just abandon them and walk away.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very polemic thing to say because the hacienda system was another form of encomienda, you know, was another form of enslavement, a post-colonial form.
Did you have debt damage? Were they putting in the books and putting them in debt?
Yeah, it was all about that. So it was pretty much an enslavement system.
It is enslavement.
Yeah, so it's a polemic thing to say that the indigenous communities living in this hacienda, they had some sort of, you know, freedom but I think they did, you know, in the following sense that the Wasipungo, you know, this very small portion of land, was their way to be outside the circulation of capital.
You have a little satellite culture.
Yeah.
That traveled its own path.
So in exchange of their lifelong work, they have this. It was very precarious and it was very small, but they have something. in which they could reproduce some of their traditional form of organization and share the production of the Wasibundo. And this is very clear in the novel. Every time Andres, the novel is basically most of the time on Andres and his thoughts. He's kind of the hero of the novel. It's a novel after all. So every time he thinks about the Wasibundo, the image of the Wasibundo is like an ecosystem, right? In which plants and animals and people have the same value. Every time he thinks about the Wasibundo is as a whole, right? So I think that's interesting, you know. There is a strong sense of community there.
Are you familiar with this American journalist who wrote Barbarous Mexico?
Oh, yeah, you read.
Yeah, which is an examination of the horrors of the hacienda, if you will.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Whereas this novel exposes some of the upside while not ignoring the horror. Yeah.
So we're at time, but maybe we can carry some of this conversation to lunch.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.